Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once. Welcome to the Tuesday New York close session. We will be with you until the trade say so. We'll be together until the financial god says so. Okay, we are audible. Welcome until the market says so. Sizuba siso. Okay. I hope you're good. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a great day. Um, how have you been? I hope and pray that everything has been well. And welcome to the New York close, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure if everything is good on my side, but let's see if everything is good on my side. It doesn't seem so. Doesn't look like it's acting up. But while it's still acting up, can continue here. So, as we're coming into the New York close, we are looking for the lunch hour continuation. Oh, we are looking for the lunch hour range continuation. We move lower. So, in a nutshell, what I'm looking for was we took out the previous daily low. Okay, what I'm looking for is we took out the previous daily low. We took out the previous daily low, which meant we also took London low as well. We trade lower during the AM session. Immediately we rejected. We immediately rejected after the previous daily low. We immediately rejected, pulled to the upside towards the end of the day. The AM session. I hit this most of the time after running. I'm just from football, so I'll be doing this a lot. But anyway, we change market structure, and then it came back to hold this breakup block, 15 minutes where we look at breakup block area. Again, we push to the upside. Now we officially have a break of structure here. So with the break of structure, we pull up, have a break of structure. On the 15 minutes time frame, and also have left a 15 minutes fair value gap here. So my confluence is basically aligning more towards to the upside. I know there's so many colors, but the colors are saying something. Let me do this. So we held that. I'm going to remove this. It's insignificant for me right now. So remember the previous daily low? Asia session low was here. Took out the Asia session and the previous daily low. This is what I hate. We broke to the upside. That's a break of structure. Came back. We have a breakup block there. Like a slow reaction to retest the other block. We held that. We pushed up to the upside. That will be a first sweep of liquidity that has already happened. But my overall is still bullish. I'm not going to look for short coming back lower. As we break off structure, we have a full break of structure. We are looking into coming back to this 15 minutes. We are looking into coming back to this 15 minutes fair value gap with a breakout. Also have a 5 minutes. It also has a 5 minutes fair value gap as well. So we have two confluences here. Just gonna move this slightly back just to keep note of it. So I wanted to retest back this 15 minutes for value gap. And if we hold that, I'm gonna look to go long. I'm not gonna enter immediately, but something like this. I'm gonna look for something like this. Basically, that's my plan. Retest here, and then I'm gonna look for longs. So this is possibility. That's what I'm waiting for today. How have you been? How was your AM session, guys? I don't know. My piece is getting slower. My piece is getting slower. Okay. While waiting for the move to happen, you all know how we start the show. We also need to move into the JSE close. We're going to speak about the Johannesburg Stock Exchange close. Let's get into it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as we go to the Johannesburg Stock Exchange low, we're going to start with the top SA top 40, which is down 1.4%. And we have to move into top gainers and top losers. Tompo, stop it. Sorry, guys. We need to move into top gainers and top losers. On the top gainer side, we have Investec up 1.17%, Bitcorp, British American, and Spain Pharmacist, which there's not so much movement in the market today. Then we have on the top loser side, we have Goldfields, Anglo Gold, Filterra, Anglo American, with Goldfields leading the loser side with 5.8%, Anglo Gold 3.83%, 3.56% for Valterra Platinum, Anglo American, it's down 3.06%, Glencore is down 2.59%. That's how the Johannesburg Stock Exchange closed today, with RMB Holdings leading the charts in terms of the most volume traded. And weirdly and funny enough, as much as there's too much volume traded for RMB holdings, we are literally flat on the day, with Old Mutual follow suit, which is up 0.25%, and First Rand up. First Rand is down 0.59% with a volume traded 7 million. So on the top five of the most traded one, we have RMB Holdings, Old Mutual, First Rand, Growth Point Properties, MTN Group. Those are the mostly traded stocks in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. We're moving along. So today we had Canadian CPI. So for us, Canadian CPI changes a lot of things, to be honest. This is acting up as well. Today we had Canadian CPI, which changes not so much, but it still gives us possibility of new trades that will be coming through as we go. Can I attend to this kid? What do you want to do then? For what? You want to be naughty? Do you want me to give you food, Tom? You just had yogurt. You wanted Coke. Now you want yogurt. Now you want biscuits. You want everything at once. Take this one. Take one for you, one for Malanda. So in between, guys, I'll have to attend my kid. Trading life with my kid around. It's a mission. I don't know, man. My computer is a bit slow these days. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. So it's not even funny. I'm still looking for that move. Still waiting for that move to happen. Long term, what are you holding, guys? Long term, I'm holding NZDJPY. Let's see this one. Look, if we take out the previous daily high, I'm going to start to look for shorts to come back here. But until then, I'm just still going to be patient to look for this retracement. So there's two moves. The other move will be take out. The other move will be taking out this previous daily high to look for shorts. But my overall move for now, just want to come back to that 15 minutes, 5 minutes fair value gap. I'd love for it to come that deep to tap to that 5 minutes fair value gap. Then I'm gonna look for longs. But for now, it seems to be going, so I'm not even gonna follow it. My Chrome is acting up. Yeah. So I spoke about this. So we have NZD, we have AUD CAD, AUD USD, and AUD NZD. So the Australian dollar still needs the charts, and I've spoken about this over and over again. Australian dollar still continues leading the charts, and the reason being, Australia, it's the Australian currency itself, it's bullish. CPI is getting out of hand. The the Australian Reserve Bank have increased interest rate. They're more restrictive. The monetary policy is more restrictive, and they might continue being more restrictive. That is why you have this kind of phenomenon. What changed today? And I think I need to discuss that as well. So, what changed today? So, so today, what changed mostly was Canadian inflation. So let's speak. We just have to look at the Canadian economy because today there was Canadian CPI which came out soft, and that's still a bit putting more pressure on the the Canadian dollar. That might still be pushing the Canadian lower compared to other currencies. And an example of that will be the Australian dollar being more bullish compared to the Canadian dollar. My system is slow today. I don't know why. Trumpo, you're making noise. Okay, here we go. Today we have Canadian CPI. The forecast was 2.4, but it came out 2.3, which it's if you look at the currency itself is bearish for the currency, and overall Canadian dollar is getting a bearish reading. When you look at it's based on inflation, CPI inflation cooling. We also had PPI, which is inflation indicator, also cooling, which is bearish. All of them are bearish for the currency. So there is a bit of, or there's still so much pressure on the Canadian currency itself. And with that, when you look at the top setup, sorry, when you look at the top setup in general, let's go back to the top setup. My system is a bit slow. You gotta be patient with me. So when you look at the top setup in general, it will still show that anything against the Canadian dollar will be bearish. However, look at that Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar, as expected, that's bullish. And I had a long here. Let's just quickly see. I closed the long on profit the other time. If you're on the live always, you might have seen me holding such a trade. But let's go to Forex pairs um, and discuss them. Because the daily trading thing, I still have a lot of waiting to do. So, also, AUD CAD. So, AUD CAD, what I did, I took long here previously. For those that follow me and they've been on my lives before, I took long there. I took long. I decided to take profit on that high, on this high. So that's where the first take profit was. However, I am thinking of taking longs as well, yeah. Thinking of taking longs here. I'm gonna contemplate this long as well because it's still giving me a still strong bullish indicator. So this support, if it holds, I am gonna take longs and look for that move to the upside because the Canadian dollar is still very strong, and in conjunction with the Australian dollar is still very strong, and when you compare that to the Canadian dollar is a bit weaker, still a lot of pressure on it. Inflation came out quite cool today, so there's no need for them to cut trades. So their monetary policy, they can't figgle so much with their monetary policy. Inflation is a bit stable, while in Australia, the inflation is out of hand. One way or another, they were forced to increase rates, and now we'll be watching that. But overall, we're still bullish. There's still high possibility for them to continue increasing rates. So therefore, we will still be bullish in that regard. So I'm gonna look for such a move and look to go long. I might add a limit there. I might not add it now, but I might be adding a limit. But already, so the only trade that I'm holding now, it's New Zealand against JPY. I'm holding this trade from last week. Roughly break even, just at the break even point, but not yet talking about that. I was just really discussing the Canadian dollar. And what's something that is interesting, and I think is very critical for us to discuss before I call this, uh, before I finish this topic about the Canadian dollar. You look at the Canadian dollar against the British pound against the Canadian dollar. Look at how bearish this is. Though it's not a strong bearish, but it's still a -6, which remember our ranges a -4 and a +4, that's neutral. Anything below -5 is starting to be bearish. So British pound against the Canadian dollar, we're seeing that the British pound is weak. But I think also let's just go look at let's just quickly discuss the British pound as well. I've not been following it lately. Sometimes you get out of chat, man. Oh, come on. Oh, this thing is slow this week. My back is painful. So as I said, I think I might be looking for AUD CAD long. I've already taken long. I'm still gonna look for more longs. Um, should be beautiful, man, to get longs on it. Okay, this thing is acting up. Let's just look at its technicals. Uh, what's happening today? Oh, my system today is slow. And it's even worse because I'm recording a video from YouTube. So on YouTube, please pardon me because I'm live streaming while recording this. So they will have this live stream glitches where my system gets slow, it's still not responding. For that, I need to apologize. Oh. I'm looking for GBP CAD. It's not here. Okay. Oh, the system is slow, man. Mm. So GBP CAD, when you look at its primary, we're at the support. So the only possibilities of trades where you can get it's a break below, hold that continuation, or really, I just don't like the technical features ugly. Or you can get a move like this, come back that high, and then look for lower prices. Hold that support and look for lower prices. I think that will be what I'm more interested in. For now, when you look at the 4-hour time frame, it looks like we are holding really support. We held that support, we moved lower. Could we come back to that support? Perhaps for me, risk to reward makes sense. I might attempt it. Um, but I just really wanted us to go through also. Okay, so those are, basically I wanted to discuss GPP CAD, but I also wanted to discuss just before we call it the end of this segment where I discuss just interested in British pound against the Canadian dollar. Uh, so yeah, so British pound, you can literally see that's about 50% in terms of bad. But when you look at today, oh, interesting, I missed this test. So unemployment rate in the UK, um, the expectations was will be at 5.1%, but it seems like we're increasing it. We're at 5.2%. Um, we're at 5.2%, which is really an increase of 0.1%, but it's bearish. It's bearish for the British pound. And also on the 12th, we have GDP growth month over month. Expectation was 0.2. We came down to 0.1. Also another miss. Uh, again, the last ones were all in January. So the British pound, it has lost a bit of ground as well. And all in all, it's about 50% bearish in terms of overall markers, but also certain things that I think it's very important for most of us to note is we also the ECOT data. I'm just interested also just to look at the COT, the non-commercial commitment of traders report, just to see where from the last week report, where really did smart money really buy into or sell? And I'm practically looking more, focusing more on the British pound in conjunction with the Canadian dollar. Just I'm just starting to just starting to make my case for shorting British pound against the Canadian dollar, for which I don't like the technicals, but I'm just trying to. Oh, okay. Look at that Canadian dollar. At least the charts they've added about 7,000 short long contracts, but they were closing short contracts in the Canadian dollar. Interesting. So I think what boosts the Canadian dollar against the British pound in terms of the edge finder scoring, it's this the commitment of traders report that has indicated that smart money last week for the previous week until which it was reported on Friday, it just accumulated. It just accumulated Canadian dollar. And then on the flip side, when let's just go lower and see what we have. British pound. This is where About and then this is why when I say smart money has made Canadian dollar gains a lot of grounds, hence in the terms of the scoring, we are getting a a bearish reading for British pound. Look at British pound; they've closed about 6,000 short contracts, but they've added about 5,000 short contracts. Long contracts removed, added about 5,000 short contracts on the British pound. So I think that that really caused that why we see against the Canadian dollar, we see British pound being bearish in this case. So it giving us a scoring of -6, which is bearish for the British pound. Um, that's one thing which we should not. But other than that, I'll be logging AUD CAD. As I said earlier, my overall bias basically, and I think I'm more interested in it's AUD CAD. And I'm just interested in the 4 hour time frame. I think it makes logical sense here. Obviously, I would have loved for it to just reject there to look for that. That would be more attractive to me. This will be more attractive compared to where it is now, but already it seems like it's giving bullish indication. So I'm gonna have my limit there and look for lower higher prices. And as I said earlier, at some point I took long there. I've taken profit at that high. And one will say, "Oh, but why didn't you wait for you'll have taken profit there or still holding?" But no, I decided not to profit there. Sometimes currency pairs move funny. So again, it's giving me an indication for longs. Then I'm gonna attempt to go long. Then I'm gonna add my limit. I think, yeah. But sometimes if you wanna see my ideas, just jump on YouTube, search for La Formo Capital. That's where sometimes I have my newsletter and discuss what I'm seeing in the market. In the near future, I will be adding stocks into it. But anyway, so this is my Canadian dollar. Do not forget to like and subscribe as you are watching this video and as you are streaming with me. Okay. And and honestly, look at that. Nikkei has been taking a now gold. Smart money has been adding a lot of short contracts on gold. But that doesn't mean they are currently bearish. I need to fix that. It just means overall. It just means overall. Australian dollar as well closed a lot of long contracts, a lot of short contracts. But overall, there's a lot of short contracts that have been closed. So yeah, that's really, really, really something to watch for. That's something to watch for. So we have Euro AUD, GBP AUD as bearish. Just gonna be looking at its technicals here. Yeah. This has just been this has just been going. Do not forget to like the live, guys, and leave a comment. This has just been going. Hey, man. Year to date is down -3%. 4 months is down 4%. Yeah, it's been going. Maybe um I might attempt a short, yeah, just to get a continuation. Might attempt a short just to get a continuation. Continuation will make sense. Uh, let's look at Euro AUD. Ma? Awa, ke sihlahla. Oh, God, I was looking. Oh, shit. Okay. Can I get a continuation here? Let me mark that. Can I get a continuation here as well? Hey, ke tla e lokisa, ke bone. Ke bone. That's quite low. That move, I think, also interested in that move. I'll be watching all these moves closely, but it doesn't mean I'll take them. It all depends on the moves of how the market is moving. Weirdly, GBP AUD as well, it's bearish. I love taking GBP AUD on the 4-hour time frame, on daily time. Oh, it's starting to set up. Okay. Oh, this is bearish. Okay. Um, I think I'll start to get my bearish move here as we close lower. But I don't like everything. Trump switch for Malanda. Switch for Malanda. Switch for Malanda. Reduce volume on for Malanda. So I'll start to get bearish reading, honestly, as we close below there. That's where I will be getting moves. Personally, that's where I'll be looking for move. But gold, everyone's favorite. Gold is bullish. Oh, it's neutral. Okay. Anyway, Nasdaq gold is neutrals. Let's look at gold. Gold neutral. Honestly, for gold, I was watching a break above here. I was looking for this break above, but there's nothing much. We're still consolidating. Not a lot of stuff happening in the market. So for gold, we are here. If we get a move like that, oh, come on. If we get a move, if we get a move close above and continuation, perhaps I'll look for gold longs or come back all the way down to look for longs. That will give me a better good risk to reward. I'm also interested in that. But for now, everything is stable. There's not so much volatility in the market, not so much spooky news happening. So everything is just stable. I don't expect much on gold. And perhaps that is why when you look, I, when you look at indices, that is why when you move into indices, Nasdaq and S&P 500, nothing much is happening. Nothing much is happening, yeah. Russell, okay. Russell is doing something. A move lower to hold that support for Russell. That will be interesting. But given that Edge Finder is giving me a signal, and the signal on the Edge Finder, it's a bullish reading with Russell. Until then, no. When you look at Nasdaq, also Nasdaq was still holding support. But for me, really, to be honest, I would love for that support to hold and go that. And as it comes back lower, it starts to give me more bullish reading. Then I'll be interested in Nasdaq. I think the same play with S&P 500 as well. We're getting the same play with S&P 500. and the same play with same play with S&P 500, same play with come on, same play with S&P 500. I'm looking for this low. Yes, S&P 500. This if there was a bullish reading, I would have taken this long here on S&P 500, but there's none. So I'm just sitting on the out. So if you're interested in the H finder, just tell me. I'll link you up. Yeah, let me work. Let me start selling H finder. I'm thinking about it. Also, US 30, interested in this moves to that low. That will be the best indication for me to jump on US 30. But you know that I also trade the South African top 40 index. Let's just quickly look at it. What's happening with it? Oh, I see markets. Interesting vintage. Okay, I like this. So lately, should I take it here? I'm thinking of taking, you know what? Here is the thing, and people might not have not noticed here. There's a SA top 40. It's moving directly similar to, it's moving very similar to, what's this? My way to gone, similar to gold. Very similar to gold. Can it hold that? If you are accumulating, you go long there as you come back lower to that low, add positions. For me, I'll also add positions as it comes back low. I might attempt to add a position there, but this will be long-term hold. Um, I'm gonna attempt to go long as it comes back lower. But yeah, I think, but I would love for it to come back this low. That will be beautiful. That will be beautiful for me. So yeah, man. And you know that I always trade this. I always have first trend as part of my stocks. I have a lot of work to catch up on, by the way. Mm. Come on, do something. Ha! Oh, shucks. This is my profit target. So, first one has been moving quite well. I looked for that long, basically. All that support came in, and we've been continuing. That would be a beautiful hold, by the way. Mm, okay. Already my profit target has been hit. That was 89 Rand per share. But yeah, I love first rand. Another one that I love, love trading, not holding per se. It's Sasso. On the positive news, if it has positive news, oh, came back. Good recovery, Sasso. That was my profit target. Oh, come on. This high was my profit target, but also there is this higher as we are recovering 147,000. I mean, 147 Rand per share. That will be another interest, another area of interest. So as we go up, you enter positions as it returns, but that will be your trade, take profit. So this thing has been moving quite interesting, quite well, man. Let me see how many gold. I've not been checking stocks for a while, and reason being, I'm just doing my I'm just doing my stock analyst. Oh yeah, anyway, gold Ashanti has been taking a nut because of gold, but yeah. So these are the things that I look for. But let's go back to our darlings. Honestly, nothing much is happening, man. I'm just sitting here waiting. I am sitting here and waiting. As I said, top of the hour when we started trading, there's two options I'm waiting for, and I'm gonna wait for them. Either we take out that high and reject, take out the previous daily high and reject from there, or we come back all the way down. So I'll be patient, even though I doubt that anything will change, but I'll be patient. I need to call someone. I'll be patient. So these are the two moves that I'm waiting for this PM session. Just quickly make a call. Oh, nothing is happening in the market for the day trading, guys. I think what is expected. It's not so much volume in the market. Oh, I don't think there'll be any moves, guys, honestly. Just responding to my WhatsApp text, yeah. Okay, this move is decent. Let us speak to someone, guys. No. Oh, okay, So, ladies and gentlemen, if by 10, really nothing has happened between either to take out the previous daily high to look for shorts or take out the previous daily low, I mean, take out this 15 minutes, come back to this 15 minutes with a look up to longs for longs. I'm not going to look for trades. I think I will end the stream there. Really, wouldn't be having much on it. Because if we were to look at yesterday, yesterday was Monday, love, or today's Monday. Oh, okay. Are you done typing? What did you do? I'll respond to it. I'm not gonna take this short, man. I would have loved for the short to come take out that high. Possibility of shorts are here, but honestly, I would have loved if S&P 500 or Nasdaq have taken the previous daily high. But there's failed to take out the previous daily high, so I'm gonna stay on the sideline. I'm gonna look for longs as it comes back lower. But for now, no. Go tell Nini. Trumpo! Tell Nini, Pampasi. Say hi to you. What is it? But at home, but at home, we said put for Malanda. So put chacha. Hey, listen, gentlemen, I think I'm gonna call it a day here. If there will be any trade, it will be off stream. I don't think there's anything that will happen before between now and until between now and the closure. So other than that, thank you so much. Join me tomorrow as we trade the New York close. Thank you so much. I appreciate